Too late at the start. Try again. In 3, 2, 1, go. Hey, Nemesis Zero, thanks for the good wishes. Another close shave under the snail. Getting some good moles. Those are always good to see. Let's see if we get a good waterfall here. That was a pretty nice one. Snack the key. Alright, so other than doing the 2-hop at the start, which is like a extra second, that was not a bad stage 1. Now for stage 2, though. That's going well. The good news is I don't have pain doing the cutscene skips. The bad news is that the B is really about, like, my hand being too stiff to do those rapidly. Up we go. Get our fist fight. Let's see if we have a better B this time. That's better. And down we go. Good B key, good B key tree. And good B key tree key. We take the only death whip in the game. I do really like that this game does not have a lot of death abuse. Like, it plays very aggressively with your health. So you don't often have a lot to spare after the intentional boosts. But you don't have to worry too much about kind of the clunkiness of taking lots of deaths. And yes, that's with the sloth boost. Which means that we are comfortably ahead right now. Missing that sloth boost is pretty much the only major thing that I didn't get in these splits. This game's actually pretty generous for 1-ups, Michael, other than like stage 8, where it's just such a long stage and really punishing to have to repeat. There's very little downside to taking deaths in this game when you're playing it casually. Like, having to restart most stages from the beginning is not a big deal. So even if you game over, it's like minimal loss. 90% of this game is kind of figuring out what to do, where to go, that type of thing, rather than super tough execution. With, of course, Stage 8 being the real exception. And 4 good crushers. Got our squirrel detached. Always good to scrape off the old squirrel before applying a new one. Intentional key skip, we got a couple extras in this stage. We've got some crushing. 1, 2, 3, move up. 1, 2, 3, move up again. Ooh, that's a really rough pattern. Very easy when you have the diagonal bombing planes to get boosted up into those spikes. Now, while you could tank the one going across the bottom, if you do that, then it makes this part a little bit scarier, because the balloons like that are very unpredictable. There we go. Good stage 3. Now for stage is my favorite music of the game. Stage 4 is super fun, except for one thing, which was, not a problem for a speedrunner, because you know where it is, but for casual play it was a really frustrating thing to find. Need that crab? You never get to ride the fish. He's a fun one. Yeah, I really like the skips in this game. Like, there's a lot of really cool ones. Like, they're not super massive, so like they're not game-breaking in any way. But they look good. They're fun to do, for the most part, with a few rare exceptions. Go ahead and get you over there so he can't come over on this side, although he's a little bit over here. It's not a problem. Good fish boost. And decent stage 4. Really good stage 4, actually. I feel like the length of the game is pretty good, Dark Buff. Like, I wouldn't really want it to be longer with how difficult some of the later stages are. Like, it doesn't feel like there should be more stages. It doesn't feel like there should be longer stages than most of them. It's like a good length game. Potential damage here. Good plate monkey. Those plate monkeys are some of the most annoying enemies in the game. And we'll take the backup. It's a given the choice. You would always take an aqua. There's a minor skip going across the top there. You zip through the ceiling. which in this game you can only zip to the left for some reason. I guess is how they check the collision setup for when you're being pushed through a wall, only in one direction. There's that one practical use right there, and then one more use in Stage 8 that I don't think really has much practical use, but figured I'd mention that there is one there. And up we go. This is a little bit better routing than I used to have for Stage 5, so it's nice getting that cleaned up a bit. Still need to do that basement skip, though, as a future improvement if I ever really come back to this game seriously. That and, well, really the wand boosting in Stage 8 are the biggest thing to save time on. Basement skip here is probably the one that is the most impactful outside of that, and that's only like 10 seconds at most. Go ahead and grab our sticky mouse. Why a mouse had to be so sticky, I will never know. When how aggressive do I want to be on this? Let's be not aggressive, because we already got hit once. So you can go over that first hop without having to wait for the turtle, but it makes that second one line up worse. And I need to have at least one extra pip of health here, so I can take a damage boost with the monkey. So I guess technically it's a sequence break, because you're not supposed to be doing this with the mouse. There's a B downstairs that you grab instead. Ooh, that was close. And that was Stage 5. Why does the mouse have a hammer? It probably just stuck to it. The mouse hammer hitbox is really weird. It's actually vertically offset from where it appears to be, which is why hitting those blocks with the hammer is actually much tougher than you would think. You just can't visually eyeball it. Good times with Creepy Sloth, a ruined city in the clouds. I don't see one. But I do see potentially a sticky cloud, which is our biggest worry here. Good, no sticky cloud. One of my favorite vertical auto-scrollers on the NES, which, to be fair, there are not that many contenders. But it's still a good one. The Agama Express, which is not how you're supposed to do that room. But yet again, Agamas, in their poor understanding of spatial dimensions, managed to break something else. Yeah, I think SMB3 is the only one that's like in contention for best vertical auto-scroller. Stage 5 in particular. There's a couple of really good ones in World 5 for that. we've seen the good ones, now I've got my least favorite stage. Some people like the music of Topsy-Turvy, but the stage itself is super painful and linear. This makes it not enjoyable to miss things on. And there's a couple of kind of broken enemies that get in the way. Go ahead and grab the frog. Guess that B bounce works. B sometimes will hit you even if you bounce on it properly, just like these double pollens will. Like that. Which is what makes that aggressively annoying. There we go. Good mouse bounce. And bad pollen, there you go. Get out of there. So to deal with the pollen, the bee almost gave me a charge, which is why you're trying to get through that very quickly. Yeah, the bees are the worst. Unfortunately, stage 7 is done. And we get a little bit of a break while Nemo has things explained to him. Very, very slowly and very, very repeatedly. Because he is not a smart child, and he probably has had considerable amounts of head trauma. I think the monkey is not too bad. The gorilla's not too bad. The monkeys are kind of bad. The thing about the plate monkeys, they're one of the more dangerous enemies, just with how powerful their attack is. Like, a ranged attack is kind of rare in this game. And being a fast range attacker that takes 2 hits is, you know, pretty overpowered compared to most stuff. I mean, that head trauma explanation would match Nemo's facial expression pretty well. So there's a good chance. Hey, Shaka. Yeah, up to now it's been pretty good. But, there's the RNG of the penguin, and stage itself is pretty tough, and then there is the fun Nightmare King fights, which I almost always need to be playing really aggressively. And so it's real easy to let the fight get out of hand when you're going as hard as possible and trying to get the shots off. It's a not bad fight if you can take it slowly. Just wait for the jelly beans to either go to a good spot or to shoot them down. But you'll waste a lot of cycles that way. Alright, stage 8. Let's go. of Agama will travel. Alright, Penguin. Let's get a good one. The thing about Penguin is that he is kinda RNG. Sometimes your shots just don't count. And it all depends on what pixel you're standing on for releasing those shots. Which is tough to manage when you're also doing this fight. That was a good Penguin. Alright, we're in it. I just gotta get through the toughest screen in the game. Lock those pollens in. Agama boost. Unfortunately, Agamas, due to their lack of understanding of ceilings, really break this next screen here. As you might expect, that's not supposed to happen. That's probably most people's least favorite boss due to the RNG, but you can memorize the pattern, which makes an otherwise terrible fight really fun. And we've got our final stage. Things are not safe yet, though. Right, we're gonna have to deal with the crushers. So losing a little bit of time not having those despawned. Good Agama rides, and we'll try and despawn the crushers on the way back. By getting this bat in there. And there goes the crushers, which you cannot see because they're despawned. Good mouse. Up across the fire field. Which, fun fact, the very first cycle is the best one. Just keep holding right to across and then jump at the first possible time. And it makes it so much easier than trying to delay things. A lot of games that's true for, where they actually give you a really good setup at first, and then it gets much harder once things start desyncing. Alright, time to clench. We've got the Nightmare King. Need a real good battle here. And that was a really good Nightmare King fight. 25-16. There's a big improvement. That feels really good.